So for you, this was not an unusual position to be in as judge?
No, I wouldn't say it was unusual because I've judged talent shows before, competition auditions like for Miss Tri-Cities, for musical theater. Mid-Columbia Musical Theater used to be Richland Light Opera Company, and Richland Players, things like that. I've directed musicals. I've always been involved somewhere in theater. And theater is all about selection and all about judgment and all about putting the right people in the right place at the right time. So it felt like second nature to me to do that, because you have to be careful of the performer, especially this one, because they're all working really well for a charity, and you have to be careful of their feelings. You have to be careful and be respectful of their work and of their talent. They may not be the very best in the whole entire world, but they are there. They are giving it their all. And so you need to be selective without ever hurting anyone. I like that part of it.
You like that part of it?
I think you need to be civil and kind for the most time. I mean, I heckle the audience every once in a while in my own shows, and Stevie and I work all the time as the Mary Lou and Stevie Show. I sing in clubs and stuff, and we razz each other and carry on, but it's never mean or nasty or unkind. I don't think there's any place in this world. There's enough unkindness already without adding to it, you know?
Okay, what do you think the event is kind of unique for Tri-Cities?
Oh, yes.
And for what reasons?
Oh, yes. Well, nobody else is doing anything like it. It's a lot more fun than a silent auction, let's be honest. Come on. Oh, whoop. I'm going to run up and write my name down on another sheet of paper. I'm sorry. Silent auction has been done to death. If I see one more basket of goodies, oh, I'm going to pitch a fit. But this is fun. This was fun for the audience. It was fun for the dancers, and it was fun for the judges. It's a new way to raise money, and you put on a show. The excitement of it, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Well, at times it probably wasn't fun for some of these stars.
Oh, there's a lot of
But
work
it was
that goes into
there was a
it.
transition for them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also you're going to have to look at a larger facility. That you've outgrown that, because when word gets around about how much fun that show was, you're going to have a much larger audience. You've outgrown it.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, and we actually need people to make the statement you just made. Let me hold off for just a second here, because we're talking now about the cost of the program. Okay.
Well, you didn't sell a whole lot of things that you can sell. You had ads in the program. That's a good thing. However, you've got space inside that auditorium that you can sell. You set up a slide projector with the ads on it, and you put 3 on each wall on the side of the theater, on the side of the stage. So here's Lescavar, here's, I don't know, River Creekside Dental, whoever it happens to be, on a great big projection. And the computer, the guys know how to do all that. I don't know how to do all that, but I know it can be done. And the computer runs a loop. Before the show starts, there their ads are, great big, like billboards, okay? I call them stage billboards. That's what you're selling. And then they go dark, your show goes on for the first act. Come the intermission, they go back on again. And here's your ads, or they can be different ones, depending on how many you sell and what you sell them for. But say, for instance, you have 6 of them and you sell them at $500 a piece. That's some nice money. That's 30 grand right there. And that's an easy thing to sell, because they're bigger or larger than any other ad there. Yeah? And they've got the primary spot. And that's what you sell.
Do you sell the...
I sell the space.
You sell the space, not the... It's part of sponsorship.
Right. But it's an ad. It's an ad along with $250 or $300, whatever you want to charge for them. Okay, they're a what they call I call a stage billboard ad. And when I ran Muscular Dystrophy Association, I ran telethon and events all year long. That's what I did. And so you learn to take advantage of every little unit that you have. You can sell a sponsorship of the stage. Act 1 is brought to you by, blam, there's your people, whoever it happens to be. Act 2 is brought to you by, and here's another person, or another advertisement. See what I'm saying?
So all your sponsors get that sort of...
With enough money, yes.
Okay, otherwise they're just paper listed.
Otherwise, they're in the program.
Yeah.
But the stage billboards, now that's a whole nother level up. So you don't have to drive your ticket price. You sell everything around the event. Yeah?
Yeah, you can do that with computer driven.
Sure.
Yeah.
You can set up the camera that will run a loop for you and it can change their position if you want. It can do anything, once you set it up. But say you have 6 sites there that you can sell, 6 spots that you can sell. I'm just guessing in my head. I don't remember the measurements, but almost every theater that you go into has white space around that arch before you are on stage. Mm-hmm. This white space, it just aches for some advertising. And that's very highly visual.
Okay, so break 1,000 people this next time.
Okay.
So with the help of people
So
like
now
you.
you have an advertising space that you bring direct to the people. Whether they want to see it or not, whether they look for it or not, they see it. It's not like they have to open the program and go through and find it. Most of the time they open a program and they go through and see what the order of the event is. That's what you look for in a program.
Right.
That's what it's for. They don't page to page to page read the advertising, some people.
Gotcha.
So this way, it's a much better use of the advertisement because there it is.
Who would I know how to go from PowerPoint from the computer to a projector.
Yeah.
Who would I talk to about that?
Jan Goolsby.
Okay, I'll just have to go back and Goolsby. All right. So
He's brilliant. He might not be able to do it for you, but he can certainly teach you how to do it.
Okay, here in Richmond.
Yeah. He worked with MCMT. He has his own studio. He's brilliant. He's a sound engineer, but he works on plant. He just retired, but he's also a sound engineer. He's brilliant, and I love to work with him. He's very, very efficient.
Okay.
He's very, very good at what he does.
That's for us. We're just novices at doing this.
That's okay. That's okay. That's how you learn.
So I wanted to do
what worked for other people or what worked for different events.
Yeah, I wanted to work mostly to find out, get people to say, this is a unique, different event for the community, and then what are the lessons learned?
Okay.
And this one is good.
Tell me how does your couple raise money? What does it do?
Oh, we only had a few sponsorships.
Okay. They sponsored the couple?
No, they sponsored the event.
You have 6 couples there that should find a sponsor. $1,000 sponsor. Or they can have 2 sponsors or 3 sponsors. Or they can, say for instance, you rehearse them for a week. They rehearse for a week with the company, with the Utah Dance Company, is that right?
Right.
Okay, so what happens if they get rehearsal days sponsored? All the rehearsal days are sponsored by Tim Bush Motors or whoever the hell it is. Okay, there's another thing that you can sell as a sponsorship or an advertisement to make money for you. On the side, before you ever get to ticket sales, you should have more money than you're ever going to make in ticket sales. Because you have saleable products and saleable areas. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you guys didn't get to.
Yeah.
Tell me how Utah works. Do you pay them to come in a set fee?
Yeah.
Do they get a part of your profit?
No.
I love that. Okay, so they don't get any money from what you raise except what their contract is for.
Yes.
Good, good, okay. Now, take a look around at what you're using, what you're doing. You can have their costumes sponsored. Okay, they have to go out and get costumes. They have to go out and rent tuxedos or whatever it is.
Yeah, Sharon's outfit, the sailor outfit that got ripped off. I mean, you know, those things they have. They have a lot of that.
I see, okay, okay.
Yeah, we had a
But having done professional fundraising for 30 years, the things that you learn, everything that you have, all the wall space, all the stage space, you can have the stage sponsored Act 1 and Act 2. When I used to do a jazz festival here, I had each bandstand sponsored by someone. This bandstand is sponsored by, and here's a big stand-up sign.
like during the intermission, we could have had it.
No, it's there the whole time.
Oh, okay.
It's up there the whole time. We weren't in a theater necessarily. We were in a big ballroom with a dance floor and a bandstand. But for those bandstands, I had commercial signs made that said, "This site, this bandstand sponsored by whoever the heck it was." Coke Roth used to have Roth Industries here, and he bought one. One year, the firefighters all donated and put a site up. It was just fun, and then we did things to promote it, and we had the bands go out and play. You had your dancers go out and demonstrate. Is that right?
All week long.
All week long. And who set that schedule?
Actually, the schedule didn't get set till they got there.
You what?
The schedule didn't get set till they got there.
Okay.
That's
Okay, but what I'm looking for is
plan.
plans ahead that you can take signs with, and you can have somebody sponsor those public appearances. You can have somebody sponsor those advertising appearances. You can have an advertiser go with a big sign that goes with this demonstration or this publicity event sponsored by anything you can sell. Anything you can sell.
So let me try this for a minute, because that selling of the sponsorships and the projections that you're talking about,
Huh?
the selling of the sponsorships
Yeah.
and projections on the wall,
Yeah.
seems to lead me to, you better know your auditorium before you start that part. Pick where you're going to be.
Yes.
Then you can know what you can sell.
And that's right, and you can measure. You can measure how much space you think, a 2x3 is going to fit in there, or a 3x5 is going to fit in there. And how many you have space for.
Okay.
Spokane Opera House is a really good example of that. I go up there quite often for shows, and I have season tickets. Now, this last show that I went to, they had 6 projections up of local Spokane people or merchants or businesses that had bought that advertising. And it was wonderful to see, because I know that helps their theater, that helps their income from the show, so they don't have to rely strictly on ticket sales. If you do your job right, if you take a really open look at what is it that I can sell, what is it that I can entice people to pay for to have their name in front of my event, their name on top of my event. I can have a general event sponsor. Have a big price for that. You want to be a $5,000 sponsor, you can be Fox Vance something presents Dancing with the Stars, or let's see, who'd be good for that? Bill McCurley presents Dancing with the Stars. That's his event, and he paid you $5,000 to say that on all of your advertising. See what I'm saying?
Would you suggest, I understand the part about telling people there's two things I think you're telling me. The projection part of it, or there are people you can hire to do that.
That's right. And it's a matter of setting it up,
Okay.
and then it plays. And then you take it down.
Okay.
I mean, it's not that complicated. And you get the graphics done by the computer guy who goes graphic, 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 and then it projects, just like a PowerPoint presentation or whatever. But Jan can explain all of those tiny details to you.
Okay, now, how do I walk in the door of one of these guys? And here's this event we had. And here was my thought. We got this event. It pulled in 450 people, something like that, first time. My idea was, why would they listen to me and pay for this? They'd have to know. They'd have to know, one, they could be a sell winner for them, and they'd have to be able to trust what I say.
That's right.
Now, there's only two ways to do that. There's only one way to do that, I think.
That's it.
You have to either have you walk in, or I walk in with a video of you.
There you go. There you go.
See, and my approach was, I just want you to hear I'll give you this, you can watch the show, but I want you to hear what people said about the show. That was my thinking.
Yeah.
Because you might be able to open the door, but you don't have the time to walk through all the doors. Maybe you can open the door, you can make a call. I never think you should do something by phone.
No.
Make the appointment by phone.
It's too easy to say no to the phone. It's very difficult to say no to the person sitting in front of you making perfectly good sense and asking you to do something that's the right thing to do.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So GISA picks up sponsorships like that. HAPO picks up sponsorships like that. And when I go to HAPO, I say, well, you know, GISA has done this and this and this. And we thought HAPO ought to have an equal chance. I don't want GISA out doing my savings and loan, for goodness sakes. And the poor guy went, okay, Mary Lou, knock it off. Because we did the volunteer jam, which was Stevie, and we put together a lot of local musicians, and we did a benefit for the Helping Hands, the senior program, and the senior volunteers. And Stevie said, just go to work on a couple of them. And I said, okay. So that's what I did. And GISA picked up the main sponsorship for me at $5,000. And there's some really nice private foundations around here that will do the same. What I'm telling you is that you can have a whole basket of money over here that isn't reliant on ticket sales, that will get you where you need to be quicker.
Okay.
As far as fundraising is concerned. It's just a matter of the whole thing about selling that is you already care about this. You don't need to sell yourself. You need to sell the idea that they should be caring about this. You want them to care about this. You want them to care about it enough to buy into it. That's the whole idea. And I understand that, like in these times, it's tough. It's really tough. But if you want bang for your buck, your advertising dollar, there it is, right there in that event.
Let's stop. The power of seeing versus the power of just hearing.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, I think people will. I'm trying to strike hard, and I'm trying to tell Beth to strike hard, fast, while things are hot.
Yes, you should.
Okay. So we've already signed up, what we have to find is the venue, and we got to get that fast. Any recommendations?
You have to find what?
Stage.
Colhigh has a really good, big 90-foot stage, but I don't think it's as intimate as like Chief Joe is, the smaller venue. Hanford High, your people aren't going to want to climb that steep angle. That angle out there is the older people, they
Right.
just look at it and go, this is too scary. I'm not.
You filled it twice.
Huh?
You filled it twice
Yeah.
with the tap dancing thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
With the tappers, yeah. But it was still really, we have a lot of people who are 40 and over. They're not crazy about the angle on that stage. It's too steep, they feel. It makes them nervous. And I have had other people say, "Oh, I don't want to drive clear out there." Clear out there?
2 miles.
What is that, 2 miles? And I say, you know, it's only 2 miles. It just feels like it's clear out there, but it's 2 miles. Some of those ladies are a little bit. But anyway, I like, you're definitely going to need a bigger venue. Although you didn't fill the balcony at Cheap Joe.
760 seats is what we have.
And you had 400 and some. You might last there another year. People love the idea that, oh my gosh, we're almost sold out. You need to get your tickets now. You know, we're almost sold out. I love to be able to say that. Well, we use Tix. Tix. It's a website they can go to and use their credit card and buy their tickets. They don't even have to leave home. They use their computer to do it. Joel Rogo was selling tickets for us for a long time. He has, with the Mid-Columbia Ballet, he has an automated ticketing system. And of course, you're talking dance.
Right.
It's right up his alley. He'd be one of the first people I'd approach to buy a slide on the side of the stage, buy one of the stage ads. He's a dance studio. Hello. Your dance.
What type of dance?
He teaches all kinds.
Okay.
Jazz, tap, ballet. I think he has hip hop. They teach all sorts of dancing there.
I gotta go to his hip hop.
Huh?
I gotta go to his hip hop. Well, that's not funny.
Oh, no, but I think that dancing is. Those kids, I can't imagine. They spin on their heads, they spin on their backs, you know.
Yeah,
They wear their hats backwards and stuff, but they really move.
Yeah, they really move.
Yeah, and that's nice. But you've got several dance studios in this town that once one buys it, then you go to the other ones and say, well, we have Mid-Columbia Ballet up there already, and your dance studio should be represented.
Well, Kim supported it.
Kim Stock, yeah.
Yeah.
Love her,
Yeah.
love her.
Okay, so that's a lot of good ideas.
Yeah.
Now we got to get them implemented. Needs more work, but whatever.
Well, it is a lot of work, but there must be somebody who's good at selling. I'm good at selling, but I don't want to do. I hate to go do selling. I do.
No. Well,
I did so many years of it.
well, I think to a certain extent, whoever we pick as stars should do some selling because they want their charity to get.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, everybody wants you back.
Okay.
And we're thinking of ideas of people. We had 2 men, 1 woman. We're thinking, I'm presenting ideas. I don't make the final judgments. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that too much. I push enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my wife says it's sort of like having an elephant lean on you.
That's how you get things done.
Now I used to just.
Besides, you're a manager. That's a natural thing.
Yeah, I just don't want to use a hammer and claws like I used to.
I know.
But one of the things was to have 2 women, 1 man. Okay? No? You like to be in between 2 men?
Now, the whole idea is,
I mean, of character, people of character.
yeah, it's okay. Why do you limit the judging to 3?
Could have 4.
Could have.
2 women, 2 men.
Sure, that's possible.
Yeah.
Although they really don't, since they really don't determine who the winner is,
Yeah. They're there for.
you can have an even number if you want. You don't have to have an uneven number.
No.
You could have 4.
Yeah. Yeah, they're there for entertainment.
That's right.
They're there for entertainment.
So
So, all right.
that doesn't
That's a
have to
good
be
suggestion.
limited. But I think y'all ought to kick around that selling the advertising and selling the saleable parts of your event to really enhance your money and your income. It's there. And those things are easy to do as far as they don't cost you any money to do. If you can get somebody to do the graphics for you, it's free.
Get his own advertisement.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, you had a brilliant what?
no, that was brilliant. I wasn't thinking you do this and you get.
Yeah. Their graphics
What'd you
can
get?
come from them.
Who was the guy from graphics again?
Jan Goolsby.
Goolsby.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's really a good guy. But the person that does all that for you can do his own advertisement as part of his fee, or as his fee,
Huh.
rather than a fee.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
But you're still saying you're not quite sure where it would be a better venue, a better stage setup, and maybe a goal of doing 760 the next time, filling that baby up and having people that can't get in is a good advertisement.
Uh-huh. Do they ever do 2 nights?
Oh no, man, they're on the go.
Okay.
They got a day's rest time
Yeah.
between.
But if they did a Friday, Saturday, they could rest on Sunday before they started the next one. That's the only other option when you have that small venue,
Yeah,
is to do 2 shows.
yeah. But then that cuts down the time for the dancers to learn. I'm surprised they do it with only 1 hour. I'm having taught dancing and so on. I'm surprised they get through the routines they do in 1 hour a night.
That's all they practice?
That's all.
Why? What limits it to 1 hour?
I don't know. Well, we were practicing after them.
What does Utah do all day when they're here?
Go out and advertise.
Ah,
Practice their own routines that they put
I
on
see,
again.
I see, okay.
You know, they did one additional routine for us.
Uh-huh.
So they really did something extra. I think the last one, Footloose. I think it was Footloose was the new one, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which I really thought people really liked that. Thought they liked the James Bond one. They liked the character being dial set up thing and so on. I don't know if any of them they didn't like, but they did an extra one. They're pretty busy.
Okay, I just wondered.
See, I just go home and practice with my wife. It's a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those are some good suggestions, and if we need you as on film to saying you think it's a great but different venue for Tri-Cities,
Sure.
not a problem. Did I record that?
I don't know if
I
it's on or
recorded
not.
it, and you actually have been sitting here and you haven't. Now let's see the real Mary Lou that goes on stage. What would you say to Bob?
All right, you guys, let's have a party. I'm tired of sitting here and being serious.
This is serious? I'm looking at the bottom of your fucking feet all the time.
Well, I didn't want to put shoes on this morning.
You do wear shoes outside, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But I had to put some cream on my feet today because the skin gets really dry, so I left my shoes off.
Yes, I don't want to know about that.
Well,
Who wants to know
fine.
about you putting cream on your shoes?
Who gives a shit?
Who gives a shit?
Why do I care what you want to know? Anyway, I just had all my carpet.
Why?
I had all my carpet taken up, and we're going to refinish these floors. So I'm going to have hardwood floors instead of carpet. I really like it. The carpet was getting really old.
I don't care.
I know you don't, but I thought maybe you might be curious as to
No,
why all the furniture's in the center of the room.
No, I thought it was more eclectic this way.
That's a mess.
But
He's
is it a
coming.
sand-
He's coming Monday to.
Then he's going to put that Veritane on top of it or not?
I'm not sure what it is. It's called Swedish finish. I don't know what
Well, yeah.
the thing is.
You'll probably have to be out of the house.
No, he didn't say I had to be.
Some of that stuff is
Really strong, huh?
really strong.
Well, I've got
What do you
ceiling
get?
fans in all the rooms.
Well, you
Huh?
can get a little high on it.
No thanks.
No?
I don't even drink. Isn't that amazing?
Amazing, you can say the things you say you don't even drink.
No, never
Oh,
have.
That's why you get nasty sometimes.
No. The wine or alcohol, I have migraine headaches. Terrible.
You drink reds.
If I do, and I've only had that once, and I had such a headache. I thought I was dying. It was awful, and my mom had those.
My wife gets headaches with reds if they have the sulfite.
It's the tannins in it,
Yeah.
in the wine, that set it off. But I was married to an alcoholic.
Oh, I got you.
Don't like booze at all.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I work in bars for a long time. I worked in bars 6 nights a week singing, and I don't like being around people that get stupid drunk, but I'm still there.
Yeah, and for dancers, social dancers, we generally go to a bar till 9 o'clock. Because at 9 o'clock the rest of the patrons are drunk.
Yeah,
Then they get on the floor and forget it.
yeah, you can't dance.
Can't dance. Anyway, so good. Yeah, this has been good. I was wondering if there was another side to you, or whether you were like these people that play the same role all the time.
No, when I'm not on stage, when I'm not performing, I'm very much a homebody. I like homemaking, I like to sew, I love to bake, I like my grandkids, I like quiet.
So you switched in screenwriting. There's always 2 characters within a person.
Mm-hmm.
Most screenwriting is about a person who can't find. Something has to happen for him to get into that other character, and then he goes through the journey of being in that
I see.
other character or other situation. He may want to he may go back to what he was, or he may go back to some combination of it.
I see.
So you got sort of like two Mary Lou's.
Yes, I do.
That's good. Because
And for the most part, my public or the people that enjoy my work don't know this part of me, don't know the quiet part. Well, here's a good example of me. If you put me in a room with people that I don't know, a whole big room full of people that I don't know, and tell me I have to be myself, I'll be the quietest person in the room. I'll get somebody else talking so I can be very, very quiet and just listen. Now, if you say, go into that same room full of people that you don't know and be the entertainer, I'll be the loudest person in that room. And I'll have people around me pretty soon listening to what I'm talking about. But I much prefer the quiet person.
nobody would believe you.
I know, see?
Nobody's going to
See
believe
what
you.
I tell you, what I tell you.